Hey, I'm David King, editor and associate publisher of The Collaborative, and I'm joined by Katie Cusack, editor and page layout person for The Collaborative.
Yeah.
We're here with the first issue, and some of you have seen it by now, but we just wanted to take time to share it with you and point out some of the cool new features and ways you can get involved with us. You may have seen by now that we are doing it's 40 creatives. I'm sorry, it's creatives under 40.
Yeah.
So we're not saying how many we're going to do because we're still waiting for submissions, but we've had a really overwhelming response so far. But we have some ideas for how you might want to approach this and what we're really looking for that we'll share with you a little bit later. But first, we wanted to go through some of the stuff that we have in the paper. So what are the features?
Just reminded me of like syllabus week in college. I don't know if that's...
I probably skipped that.
It's great.
Is that a
People
thing?
get it. Yeah.
Oh.
And they're like, we're just going to show you what it's all about. It's exciting, you know?
Oh, I
Fresh
thought of this
start.
more as like, you're not a nerd, but you know, like the unwrapping videos.
Exactly like that also.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah, so here we go. I'm going to unwrap this. Let's see what we get. My daughter would hope that it was a rare LOL doll, but I wanted to look...
It's just a magazine.
Yeah, it is just a magazine. There are no special editions, but one of the things we're doing is this Rambling On section, which I dig a lot, and I got the chance to go to Catskill, a town that I sort of grew up near, and explore what is now a burgeoning arts community and interview some of the artists who relocated there and some folks who've lived there for quite some time. But there's a great record store, there's a great cafe, really a lot of amazing artists. So it was a pleasure, and we're going to be doing this with a lot of small towns and areas neighboring our coverage area, in the coverage area. So if you feel like you deserve attention, if your town deserves, you have a decent art scene, you have something that deserves some attention, get in touch with us and let us know. We're excited to go visiting some of these places and highlighting some of the gems. And Katie is very interested in this page.
Yeah. So we're also taking submissions of original pieces of art in any medium or form, as long as you can get it to us in a high-res digital file, obviously, to go into the magazine. And with this last page, I think we're calling it the gallery, which is going to be cool. It's an original piece of art along with a description of the piece and the artist and what this piece means to them and their collection and their life's work in a way. And we just like to get as many different pieces as possible. And in this month, we're featuring a piece from an exhibition called Like Sugar that's going to be at the Tang, I think at least through February, right?
Yeah, and this is an example. This is the first one, but this is not exactly what we're going to do every
single time. Yeah, we want them to be different in photography. I don't know, like if you've stitched something and you can send us a file of to see really like the detail of it. That'd be really cool. Anything that you're working on in your fields.
I think down the road we'll be doing poetry. I think we can do songs, individual works of art, but we want to explore sort of the process and. Although this is from the Tang, which is a great resource and institution, we also want to make sure to reach out to smaller artists and individuals to make sure that folks get recognition they deserve and we can really explore the creative process.
So send them our way.
Please. Also, you may have noticed we have a number of columnists. Obviously, we've had Nadine Medina on. I think her column for this month was really spot on about making sure you receive reimbursement for your work. You don't take on too much, and that what you do actually benefits your general mission. And we have other folks from film and visual arts. Richard Lovrich is visiting local artists, and he'll be in their workspace getting a sense of how they live and how their art feeds into their home.
Yeah, so, it's like artists and environments.
Yeah.
Very much that theme. But if you're a visual artist and you'd like to write for us as well, or you have something that you'd like to talk about in a column, please send it. We'd love to read them and consider them for submission? No, inclusion into the paper.
Yeah, we'll send Richard Loveridge to your house.
Yeah,
and it'll be cool.
Even better. That's a good time.
So one of the other things I wanted to talk about was the story about the Glens Falls Arts Trail, and I hadn't been to Glens Falls to walk around in a little while, and there's a lot going on there. Sad to learn that the Rock Hill Bakery is closing. It was a great place, but in general, it's such a nice downtown to walk through, and I spent a lot of time at the Hyde, and they have some pretty amazing things going on, and their Colorama exhibit has a soft opening this weekend. It features sort of these idyllic scenes from American life that ran in Grand Central Station in the 50s and 60s, and you get these shots of like the World's Fair or folks on vacation, and man, it is a trip back to this time that we seem so far away from now. But I highly recommend it, and it's also a trip to see the paper mill functioning behind this crazy art museum that features Picasso and Rodin and all these great works, and then there's this paper mill that funded it all that's still sort of chugging away. It's really interesting. But finally, we wanted to discuss the creative submissions.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make clear, and we will in our next issue, but it's not a popularity contest.
Yeah.
For one. A lot of folks have sent in multiple votes for one person,
which is fine. You can do that.
It is absolutely fine. It does get attention, but at the same time, we are looking for substance. We're looking for real reasons why you want these people to be recognized. We expect to use your stories or snippets in honoring these folks, and it means a lot more to get a story about how these people impact your life or how their artwork has become sort of ubiquitous in your community, than just saying, check this person out. They have to have made a real impact. So
if you have like interesting anecdotes about a specific way that this person has influenced you in any way or inspired you or affected your life in any way, obviously that's what makes them so great, and we want to hear about that, and that can play such a huge part in telling their story. You're helping to elevate them in an important way, so definitely include more of those, and any other outlets that we can use to check them out as well, and it helps us get to know them a little bit better if we weren't familiar with them already, so it's important.
Yeah, so take the time if you're going to do it, because it could be a real opportunity for these folks, and to get deeper than you might normally, with a brief profile or something like that. And also, we have a small event coming up with Pint Size. I thought you should talk a little bit about what's going on there.
So Pint Size is a bottle beer, like craft beer bottle shop, in Albany and Saratoga. And August Rosa has started doing sort of every week, actually, every Friday, there's an event in either Albany or Saratoga, I believe. And in Albany, the first Friday of every month, he's having local artists, usually musicians, bands, and for a very special occasion, us, to come take over the playlist for the night. So we're going to be DJing, kind of, and more or less. It's not that crazy, but we're going to be hanging out there and playing some music that we love and we hope you love. A lot of local stuff, obviously, because that's what we love the most, and also some, I'm sure, crazy, weird stuff. Hopefully we don't play anything too sad or anything. I just feel like that's very much our vibe, but we'll figure it out.
I thought mine would be more caustic and off-putting, but sad too.
That's general genre of
Yeah.
music. But we'll step it up and be a little bit more cheery, something to dance to or something. So definitely come out and join us on February 1st. We're starting at 8 p.m. and the end time is kind of up in the air. We'll see how long we last.
And finally, our next issue will be out the first week of February. Let us know where you're finding it and reading it. Tag us in social media. Our Twitter is collab_mag. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram would be a great way to hit us up with images and art submissions. And the next issue will feature a nomination form that you can actually drop off to us here at Proctor's or mail it in if you really want to get personal. Might be a good way to include like work that these folks have done or things like that if you want to go really old school. So let us know who we should be looking at and who deserves, young artists who really deserve some attention for what they're doing. And certainly we have some in mind, folks that we continue to run into who are doing amazing things. And, I don't want to bias anyone or press the scales, but, in my mind, folks like Jamel Mosley and the folks at Youth FX, folks who are just involved in uplifting others, are folks that really stand out to me as the kind of people we want to recognize who are excellent artists in their own right, but also are giving something back to the community and uplifting people who,
like investing in the area with their time and energy and art.
Yeah. So that's the vibe.
That's the vibe.
So let us know what you think about the first issue, and we will be in touch soon. Thanks so much.